Greetings, my name is Tman and welcome to After Dark. You ever feel like you've lived multiple versions of yourself already? Like you can almost look back and see the different chapters. The one who tried harder, the one who cared too much, the one who wanted to be seen, the one who thought being more would finally be enough. I think for a long time I tried to be someone louder, more outgoing, more social, more everywhere. I thought that was the whole version of me that people would stay for. So I showed up. I talked more, I laughed more. I said yes to things I didn't even want to do. And for a while, it worked. Or at least, it looked like it did. But something strange started happening. Even when I was surrounded by people, I felt tired. Not physically, just drained. Like I was performing a version of myself that didn't quite fit right. Like wearing clothes that looked good from the outside, but never felt comfortable. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I wasn't becoming more of myself. I was moving further away. There's a kind of exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. It comes from trying to be someone you're not for too long. And eventually, that version of me just ran out. Not in a dramatic way, but not in big moments, no breakdowns, just a quiet shift. I stopped trying as much, stopped forcing conversations, stopped chasing plans, stopped needing to be included in everything. And at first, it felt strange. Like I was disappearing. But then, something unexpected happened. I started to feel lighter. Not because life got easier, but because I wasn't carrying that version of myself anymore. And slowly, I began to sit with myself more. I'd go out alone, eat alone, walk alone, and at first it felt like something was missing. But over time, it stopped feeling like loneliness and started feeling like space. Space to think. Space to breathe, space to just exist without trying to impress anyone. And somewhere along the way, I became someone I didn't expect. I became my own best friend. Not in some cliche way, but in a real, quiet way. The kind where you talk to yourself without judgment. You sit with your thoughts instead of running from them. You learn your own patterns, your own habits, your own little quirks. I started having conversations with myself, not out loud all the time, but enough to understand what was going on inside me. And I realized something simple. I didn't actually need as many people as I thought I did. Not because people are bad, but because I finally felt okay on my own. There is a difference between being alone and feeling alone. And once you cross that line, everything changes. These days my life is quieter, slower. I watch the world go by, and instead of feeling like I'm missing out, I feel like I'm observing, ticking off things in my head. Not goals, not achievements, just things I've came to accept. I've accepted that I don't need a big circle. I've accepted that not everyone is meant to stay. I've accepted that some connections fade without needing a reason. And strangely, there's peace in that. Because when you stop holding on to everything, you stop feeling like you're losing things all the time. I just fill my days now with things that feels right. Simple things. Things that don't need validation. And for the first time in a long time, I feel complete. Not perfect, not figured out, just enough. I used to think progress meant pushing harder, always improving, and for example, always climbing higher. And in a way, that mindset followed me into climbing as well. Every session had to mean something. Every climb had to be better than the last. I chased grades, chased improvements, chased that feeling of getting stronger. And for a while it felt good, until my body started pushing back. Finger tendons, you don't really think about them until they kinda go. And when they go, you feel it. Not just physically, but mentally. Because suddenly, you can't push the way you used to. You can't force progress anymore, and I remember thinking, what now? But something changed in that moment, too. Climbing stopped being about progress and started becoming about flow. In that moment, about movement, about feeling the wall instead of fighting it. Instead of forcing my way up, I started learning how to move with it. Slower, more controlled, more intentional. And in a strange way, it became more beautiful. Not stronger, not faster, just smoother. And I think that shift mirrors everything else in my life. I'm not trying to force outcomes anymore. Not trying to become something else. I'm just moving through things. There's also something else that I've come to accept. And this one took a bit longer. Loving someone who doesn't love you back. It sounds heavy, and maybe it is, but it's not as painful as people think. Not anymore. Because I stopped seeing it as something that needed to be returned. I stopped asking why not me, and started understanding that love doesn't always come back the way you give it, and that's okay. Because loving someone isn't a transaction. It's not wasted just because it's quiet. There's something honest about loving someone without needing anything in return. It's not desperate, it's not weak, it's just real. And maybe it's one of those purest forms of it. I don't need them to choose me for it to mean something. I don't need it to turn into anything, because the feeling itself was enough to experience. And I think that's where I've landed now. Not chasing, not forcing, not needing everything to make sense, just accepting. Accepting the version of me that exists right now. The quieter one, the slower one, the one who doesn't need to be everywhere, the one who sits alone and feels okay, the one who talks to himself and finds clarity in it, the one who climbs not to prove anything, but just to move, the one who can love without needing to be loved back. This version. It might not be the one I imagined years ago, but it's real. And more importantly, it's enough. So if you've been feeling like you're not quite there yet, maybe there isn't a there to reach. And maybe this version of you, the one you're questioning, the one you think you need fixing, is already whole, already worthy, already enough. And you don't need to become someone else to finally feel at peace. You just need to stop running from the person you already are.